Sparking Change for Harmonious Living is a TV show that inspires action. It motivates you to start a journey towards a more balanced, fulfilling life. This show explores well-being through spirituality, mental clarity, and physical health. It covers topics like mindfulness, nutrition, fitness, and spirituality, giving you practical advice to enhance your life. Tune in for a transformative adventure that ignites the change you seek.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sparking Change for Harmonious Living. I am your host, Giovanna Tartarone.
And I'm your co-host, Ahmed Bahman. Great to be here.
Welcome, everyone. Today's show is all about creating the peace of mind to really live life harmoniously and feeling free of worry, fears, and doubts. And I wanted to do this show because I know that creating a peace of mind comes within. It's a state of mind that we totally have control over it. And I am eager to do this show because not only it's important for our health and our well-being, but also it's what really guides our success in life. Ahmed, let's jump right into it. Understanding where the peace of mind, how can someone achieve peace of mind when there is so much chaos going on outside of them?
Well, initially, when I started on this journey, I struggled a lot with this topic in particular. And the only reason is that I was not present. See, my mind was floating to worry about the future or have doubts about the past, things that I've done.
Yeah.
Circumstances, situations that happened to my life shook me at times. I couldn't have my inner peace because of past experiences, and I had worries about the future. But in reality is now is only the time that you have, right? We focus on what's ahead of us and what's behind us, forgetting completely of the power that's within us.
Yeah.
So one day it struck my mind when I came across a very beautiful phrase. The phrase goes, "Don't tell God how big your problems are. Tell your problems how big your God is."
Oh my God, I love that. I absolutely love that. I'm going to have to remember that and write it on my wall.
So
Absolutely true.
the thing is, when Bob had a problem, he would grab a sheet of paper and he would write out his problems on the sheet of paper. And then he puts the sheet of paper on the table and he looks at it and he goes, "Now, is that problem in me or is it out on the paper?" That's the first step. Like, he came to identify with it.
The perception of it,
right?
yeah.
The perception of it. So, when we say God is greater than everything, God is, as much as God is the supplier, the provider, the creator, right? We know all of this, but why we're not tuning into it? And I think it's because of lack of awareness.
In alignment, right? We're not in alignment with our values and our purpose and what we are, here to do. I believe that has a lot to do with our peace and happiness.
It's like I love what Les Brown says. He says, "I see greatness in you, and every single one of you have greatness in you. There's so much more to yourself than you know, and there are no limits and potential to what you and I are capable of doing."
Absolutely. Absolutely. I know part of gaining that inner peace and I'm just talking from my own experience, is about letting go. about surrendering, about forgiveness.
Yes.
All
And,
these
and
things that are really creating the chaos within us. It's us taking control of that and knowing that when we begin to believe um, or address our limiting beliefs of what we can do, what we're capable of doing, that's how we create part of really having a peace of mind, because we're not restricting ourselves, right? We're not limiting ourselves. When we limit ourselves with either money, um, things outside of us, we are truly creating the non-peace, the stress.
and it's either or. It depends on
Exactly.
where have you shifted your perception conscious wise. It's a conscious decision, right? You have an intention behind it. uh,
Mm,
Hill stated, he said, a success conscious mind functions rapidly and effectively, but you
mm.
need to nurture and develop a success conscious mind. See, everything that you have in your life today sprints out from your own consciousness. When it's saturated, when it's been
Yeah.
conditioned as such, right? So, if you want to know where your consciousness is at, the answer is simple. Look at what you have around you today. That's where your consciousness is at. Now, you want to shift the conditions. There's a lot of things you have to do in order to shift the inner conditioning first.
Like I said, the limiting beliefs and the
The
fears and
limiting
the
beliefs.
doubts and the worries, that's all creating the non-peace in your mind.
Absolutely. Napoleon's uh, said, close the doors on your past. He said, whenever you meet a misfortune, put into your past, put it into your past. Keep your mind upon future achievement. Why have memory, holding on to memories? You're repeating, playing it in your mind over and over again of something that happened. You can't change the past. Whatever happened, happened. It is what it is. Accept it. Harvest the good from it and forgive the rest so you can move on. But as similarly, that you can train that you are passively thinking of the past, you're strengthening the thing
The
that
pathway.
happened,
Hmm.
right? So it's like you're telling God, give me more of this. This is important for me.
Because you're
Now, if
focused
it's
on it, right? Yeah.
because you're focused on it,
Yeah.
whatever you give your attention to grows. Energy
Mhm.
flows where the attention goes. So similarly, you can create a success consciousness by changing your self-image, seeing how becoming how you transform yourself to the person that you wish to become, and retrain that memory of thought. You can have future memories. Now, based on once you create these future memories, you tap into the emotional side of it. Now that you are this person, how does it make you feel? See, this is, I believe, a very crucial step is when you tap into your emotions, because it brings your thoughts, feelings into alignment where it propels you to move in the right direction action wise.
I love that. That is so true. Because when you are feeling at peace, it's like your mind, your heart, your soul, whatever you want to call it, right? And your physical body are doing the actions that are all in sync. And that is creating the contentment that we're all looking for. Because really, at the end of the day, a peace of mind is you're feeling content with everything that you have and that you're doing in life. And when you're not in alignment, let's say you're going to a job that you hate every day, that's what's creating the stress in your life. Or you're doing something just because you are told to do it, but it's not something that you really want to do.
No,
When you're
no.
I guess what I'm saying is, if you're disconnected to your higher self, your soul, you're going to feel some type of stress
You know,
from that.
um, this takes me where I suffered years
Mm,
emotionally and mentally because
of course.
I didn't have that contentment feeling. And the sad thing is, when someone falls into that category, it takes months, probably years, before they can catch themselves and realize why they're feeling so disappointed in life at times and what is going on with them, right? It's just that you've been focusing on the wrong side of things. You
And
remember,
then,
there's always
I'm
a
sorry, go ahead.
seed, there's always a seed of an equal or greater benefit for every adversity.
And I feel that when you're really at the lowest point, when you've done everything to live in peace and work hard, but you're still struggling, that is when you start to look and say, what am I doing? And you have to go within, because you've done everything on the outside. You worked really hard.
Yes.
You did what you can to support your family, but if things are still happening that are not in alignment with what you want to do, that makes you happy, then you are feeling that there's something going on, something more. You're looking for something more, and it's an inside
My
job. It's not an outside
my
job.
no my I didn't have contentment because I had difficulty forgiving others. I had
Mm,
most difficulty forgiving myself. So, forgiveness is a wonderful way of neutralizing these negative emotions, right?
yeah.
But my contentment didn't really come until I surrendered to a higher power. Like when I couldn't forgive myself, and with the phrase that which I stated earlier, don't tell God how big your problems are. Tell your problems how big your God is. So when you tap into a higher power, yearning for that forgiveness, and you establish a new commitment to your to God, like God is your allegiance in everything you do. Gradually, as you're cultivating this, you will start to have this inner peace. Why? Because you're not forgetting God throughout the day. So if you maintain this relationship, I consider it to be a very healthy and holy relationship.
Hmm.
Most people, as you said, they feel disconnected to their higher self. It's because when if you focus just for the thinking and for the doing, and without tapping into the spiritual side, it's incomplete. You need to establish that emotional state called faith. You need to connect all the
Absolutely.
time, not just when you're down, but even during the times where you're happy and you give your gratitude. The three
Oh,
things that I focus on is forgiveness, repentance, and gratitude. These are the three things that have helped me to come into alignment again, where
and
I
feel.
started to feel that I deserve
Mm-hmm.
while I'm doing the work. Hold good thoughts, great feelings, and do good deeds. Hold in life everything with a very positive mental attitude. You
I
cannot
think
go wrong otherwise.
I think you just mentioned the secret to success. I truly feel that you did that, because I know for me, those three things open up many doors. Once I've applied
Yes.
those, and once I went inwards and I did the work, is when the doors open up for me. And I see
Yeah.
it within our community as well. That many people there, you hear stories, and I have people coming on the shows, on my other show, that truly say, when I forgave, or when I, gave myself unconditional love, is when the doors open up for me. And we don't do that a lot. We don't do that a lot because we're so focused on the outside of us.
Yes.
Right?
And Bob stated, he said, you need to practice relaxation.
Mm.
Here's the thing. Energy flows to and through you. Now, this energy, as Bob explained to us, he said it's an unadulterated spirit energy. It's pure in its form. It's neither positive nor negative. But it's your thinking and belief that makes it so.
Yes.
So invest your time in cultivating these habits instead of spending your time. See, when you spend something, something is taken away from you. But when you're investing into something, it comes back to you. Regardless, any thought that you put out comes back to you multiple fold, whether negative or positive. Ask yourself, this question: what do I want to attract into my life?
Mm-hmm.
If you're holding on to the past and worrying about the future, it's not going to help you. You're just going to repeat the same experience into your life. You need to grab a pen and decree your own destiny. Write down on that piece of paper, what is it that you really want? Let go of any negative emotion. And if you can't, do what I did, give it to a higher power. Go serve in your community, help others. Do all of these things with holding the intention of God in your heart. You're serving in His name.
A lot of people think I'll have a peace of mind when I make this amount of money, or when I have this amount of money, or when I have this and when I have that. Is that the wrong thinking?
Absolutely, because you have to establish the emotion of the peace of mind first, before you get to internally, before you experience the peace of mind. Hell states, he said, sorry.
Go ahead.
He said, the basic mental attitude that brings wealth and peace of mind. He said, a life of wealth enjoyed by a mind at peace comes most often to men who maintain a positive mental attitude. So how you are maintaining a sustained, consecutive, positive mental attitude throughout the day. With definiteness of purpose, you add great positive power to your own mental attitude. Now, because now you're backing it up by reason. What is your why? If your why is big enough, you'll cancel out everything that don't matter and that is not in harmony with you. And you can use definite motives to sustain the actions which propel you towards your goal. Now, as I stated earlier, when you get that into that feeling, when you connect with the higher power, that is the source of fuel. Do it with intention. Intention is so powerful. It helps you to realign as well. Do it for the good of others. And you will get that contentment like no other. I promise you. You will feel that you've done some great work.
Always in giving, versus taking. When you're giving yourself to others for the better humanity, there is no way that you cannot feel that peace and contentment. They go hand in hand. I want to talk about what we have a few more minutes left, but I want to talk about this event that the Napoleon Hill Institute is having on the peace of mind. So I'm going to play a quick commercial, and then we'll talk about it a little bit.
In a world of constant motion and ceaseless distractions, finding a moment of peace can feel like an elusive luxury. The allure of technology, the demands of everyday life, and the perpetual rush often pull us into a whirlwind of chaos, leaving little room for quiet reflection. Where success is often equated with hustle and grind, there exists a longing for something more. Could there be another way? Well, in 1967, the famous author Napoleon Hill answered this very question. He published his final book, Grow Rich with Peace of Mind. He discovered that true success isn't just about accumulation. It's about finding harmony within oneself and with the world around us. One that honors both ambition and inner peace. Rediscover Napoleon Hill's timeless wisdom. Think and Grow Rich with Peace of Mind, an online event that dares to challenge the frenetic rhythm of our modern world. Something is coming.
You know, I love that. And I wanted to really share that with everyone because it is an event that everyone should watch. Everyone should watch because we're all looking for that peace of mind. And I want to bring out some of the topics that they're covering on this event that to give people an idea of what they're going to be addressing. So I'm just going to go list. You can absolutely read on them.
The Pillars of Peace, understanding the core elements of peace of mind, as outlined by Napoleon Hill.
Then we're going to talk about
Wealth beyond money, exploring the broader definiteness of wealth, including health, relationships, and personal fulfillment.
these are exactly what we're talking about, right?
Absolutely. Strategies for sustainable success. Learn how to achieve and maintain success without sacrificing your peace. The art of living well. Explore the balance between achieving your goals and living a life filled with joy and contentment. Mindset mastery. Techniques to cultivate a positive, wealth attracting mindset. Aren't they just hot topics?
Totally. And you know, this is exactly what we were talking about, how important it is for us to achieve success, and success can have so many different meanings to everyone. But until we control the mind and create the state of peace, the clarity of what we want to do in life for ourselves, there's chaos, there's stress, there's health issues, health problems, because we're just not feeling content is the best way I can put it, right? Feeling the inner peace that, you know, I say the greatest things in life don't cost any money. And it's because it all comes from within. Creating happiness, if you're waiting for something or someone to create that happiness for you, I have news for you. You're not going to find it because it's an inside job. It first must happen inside, right?
Absolutely.
And, you know, this event is starting on the 27th, Tuesday, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. You can go to my website, Sparking Change Now, for the link, or you can also go to NapoleonHillInstitute.com to also register there. And there's going to be replays if you can't make it. It'll probably be on Facebook. But we're sharing this information because we truly feel that it's going to make a better world, right? There's a lot of people out there very worried about the future, especially if they're watching the news. They're drifting with the news. And it's all this chaos outside of us. Any final words, Ahmed?
Don't allow, if you seek the freedom that you seek, don't allow any negative thoughts and emotions to remain inside of you rent-free.
Yeah.
Your imagination is one of the most, as Hill stated, he said, your imagination is the most miraculous, marvelous, inconceivable, powerful force the world has ever known. And you know what? It's for free.
That's what I said. And you know what? That's what creates the freedom. That's what creates our freedom, is when we truly have that peace of mind and we release ourselves from the outside world to control the inside world. And this is all about studying And personal development, I tell you, when I went into it and I started really understanding myself, I know now I create the peace. If something is not in alignment with me, I can choose. I can choose. And this is the greatest gift that God has given us, the choice to make a decision for our peace of mind and our freedom.
And last but not least, remember Bob says that people usually have two problems. It's lack of attention and poverty of imagination. So you need to be attentive into giving your attention the proper direction with a harmonious way of imagining things that help you to be more in alignment. Only think of things that you want and off the things that you don't want, because either or that's what you're going to be attracting into your life.
And more so than none, I say to myself, when you start living authentically with your true self, that is when you truly achieve the inner peace and freedom. Because now you know that you can do, be, and have anything you want once you're in alignment. So,
Always be honest with yourself,
yeah.
and don't forget, give yourself a big hug. You all deserve it.
Always.
And give a
You don't-
kiss.
That's what Bob does, right? I love myself. That's right, everyone. Do the same. Well, thank you for joining us on Spark and Change for Harmonious Living. Until next time, we wish you all the best and a peace of mind. I hope you can join us, because I tell you, this event will be spectacular. Thank you and have a
See you
good
all
evening.
at the event. See you next week.
Bye-bye.